Rock 105 is everything that rocks. I am Hyde. You just heard Bret Michaels. That was the new single from Bret Michaels, Unbroken. Now, you know Bret Michaels. He's an international superstar, Celebrity Apprentice winner. This guy, he's the songbook of your life. You know it. He's also going to be playing Peckfest 1 week from today. He also happens to be on the phone right now. Bret, what's going on?
Hyde, my friend, you are everything that rocks. I am doing awesome. Can't wait to be there.
We're looking forward to it. I can tell you, since we started really talking about it, people have been calling in. They've been so excited about it. And I'm going to part with a secret on you, Bret. I've got membership card from the BMIFC, the Bret Michaels International Fan Club, and proud card-carrying member. Seen you enough times to know that when Bret Michaels comes to town, it's always a party. I want to get into Unbroken in just a minute, but I got to ask you, how do you keep that party atmosphere?
For me, and this is the real truth, I am still as passionate and as excited about playing today as I was when I started. And again, not real far from where we're at. You know, I grew up in the Butler, Pennsylvania area, and then my dad was in the military, so we moved around a bit. And to this day, just like talking with you, I still love music. I'm grateful. Again, always know this. I feel blessed to be up there. And when we go in there, I put everything that I have, all that energy into the show, the work that goes behind it. And then all of a sudden when you get there with the fans, just for an example, day of the show, we put on music all day long that we cherry pick out for the shows. So people are partying, they're having a great time. My crew's out handing guitar picks out and some merchandise and taking good care of people. And then all of a sudden, just when we hit that stage, there's a vibe and an energy, and I want people to have a great time.
I've never seen anyone disappointed from a Bret Michaels show in the years that I've been going. I got to ask you now about Unbroken. This is the latest single, and looks like you kept it all in the family with writing this one.
Absolutely. When I was doing Unbroken, and again, I want people to understand, I wrote this with my youngest daughter, Georgia Blue, and she goes to a school for music, and we talk a lot about it in theory, but I said it's really the passion. It can't just be good time music. It's going to be songs that affected my life that helped me, like Something to Believe In, or Every Rose Has Its Thorn, or even And I Won't Forget You, bringing it to Unbroken. And I told her this. She was going through a really tough time, and I said, let's sit down and write a song that discusses a tough time but gets positive, that gives people some inspiration, and that's where Unbroken came from. It's about the fight inside of all of us going through stuff, and then for some reason it just really started to virally take off between you playing it and the internet, and then all of a sudden it was just like I said, it was a really great bonding moment between myself and Georgia.
That's awesome. I like that because, again, you hear the song and it's exactly what you said. It is like, look, things happen, but you pick yourself up and you move on. You make the best of what you got. And I always love that vibe. In that vein, you've got the Bret Michaels Life Rocks Foundation. Can you tell me about that?
Right. Absolutely. Life Rocks is something that I started. It's a dollar in, dollar out, no administration fee organization that does great things for all the shows. I've done this since the beginning of my career. We work with a lot of different stuff. So it started out working with, I'm a diabetic, type 1, 5 injections a day since I've been a little kid, since I was 6 years old. And then all of a sudden it moved into, as well as into the military. I'm the son of a veteran. Most of my family are all veterans. And then it started to go into St. Jude's and Shriners. And then I just decided with you, together, we'll pick out a charity in your area, a great charitable 501c3 that we can donate to, so that not only do we get to have a mega party, right? We're going to have a mega party, but we get to leave something great behind as well. And I want people to understand how it works. So we say we're going to send 3 kids to diabetic camp. We want to do something for the local children's hospital or our veteran organization. We do it immediately. So the money sort of pops up, and I donate it into there, and then it goes right out. So it'll always go up, then right back down, up, because I'm not holding the money for anything. What the money's for is to take care of each city that we play in.
And I remember going back to my BMIFC, as I like to call it, my days there. I remember the shirts that were being sold to help out with pediatric diabetes. I remember all that stuff. And I'm proud to say bought a few of them back when I could. Happy to contribute as well. So you've been doing this for such a long time. You've always been someone who gives back. And, of course, we all appreciate that.
Thank you for bringing that up. A lot of times I don't get to talk about that, and that's such an important part of what I do on the road. And so I always say, like I said, I feel blessed. I get to have a long career getting to see a lot of people I love playing music, but then we leave something awesome behind to a great charity in that town.
Absolutely. So we talked about Georgia Blue, and I got to talk about the subject of one of my actual favorite Bret Michaels songs. This is Your Other Daughter, Raine. Huge fan of that song when that came out. I bought the single back when it came out off the website, and now we're watching the daughter and Sports Illustrated Model of the Year finalist.
It's unbelievable. And I said this, I'm saying this as a dad, and I'm a very self-deprecating guy. The funny part of me, I said, Raine, don't worry about your dear old diabetic dad. You go on and do Sports Illustrated, don't worry about my heart giving out on me. But I'm I'm very supportive. She is a really smart girl. She goes to a great university down in Tennessee, for broadcast journalism and music. And again, I said, just trust your gut. I'm here to protect you. There's going to be great things come from this as long as you're enjoying it. And I said, if you're in a situation that does not feel right, you got to go with your gut and just, be aware of your surroundings. But so far, Sports Illustrated has treated these girls absolutely great. And she's one of the stars of the magazine, as it just came out this last month, and now up for Rookie of the Year for next year.
And that's awesome, and we wish her all the success in that. So now, PeckFest tickets are on sale at peckfest.com. Again, they're going quick. It's going to be an amazing show out there. Bret Michaels, Buck Cherry. The next night, Hank Williams Jr. is going to be there. So I got to ask you, who are you bringing out with you this time, the Bret Michaels Band?
You know what? We've got to have a lot of my band is from Manassas, Virginia, not too terribly far from you. And, of course, Pete Evick, my guitar player forever, amazing guy. Eric Brittenham from Cinderella, right? Robbie Wild on the piano and Mike the Mad Dog Bailey on the drums, and make it a party. And, I always, how strange is this? Is you're talking about Hank Jr., who I love. We did Family Tradition together at Adelphia Stadium. It was amazing. That's
incredible. Well, hopefully, maybe there'll be a little layover there between the 2 days. That'd be really awesome to see that happen.
If I could, I would do it. But I'm telling you, and the Buck Cherry guys, we did some festivals. We've went and did Rock on the River. We've done a bunch of shows. We did the big arena up in Canada, and they were out with me. They are an amazing band and just high energy. Great. I'm saying to people, this is a party. This, I will not, and I'm not going to curse it. I'm just going to say, other than it doesn't matter to me if it snows. I'm coming to play. Unless they call it off for any reason, which they will not, I said, we're coming to play and party.
Now, I'm going to go back a little bit. I had the pleasure of seeing you after the CMT Flameworthy Awards, I believe in 2004, playing an after party at the stage in Nashville. I just moved here to West Virginia about a year ago from Nashville. I was front row for that show, and when Bret talks about how much he puts out there, I think for about an hour and a half toward maybe about hour 4 or 5 of that after party, you kept telling us, I need to go take an insulin shot. I'll be right back. And you still didn't leave the stage, Bret. So you had us a little bit concerned for your health. This is a guy who leaves it all on the stage every night.
Thank you. You just gave me, I just got those chill bumps up and down my arm. I'm not making this up. What was great about that night? As I'm a big fan of all music, I obviously love my rock. I love my country music. I love pop. I just, if the song hits you, music is like the record, freedom of sound. It's what affects you. In other words, in my intro tapes, I'll have AC/DC. Then all of a sudden I got Bruno Mars. Then you flip around and I've got Kenny Chesney or Tim McGraw. Then it goes back and you've got Kiss. And for me, I'm just saying, these songs, that's what music is meant to be. But going back to that night, they were talking, there was a lot of private parties, and I said, I'm just going to stagger across the street, I believe it was at the stage, was it not?
Yes, it was.
It was at the stage. And all of a sudden, Toby Keith's up on stage, Joe Nichols is up on stage, and then it just kept going from there. The Rascal Flats guys came up, and I think probably by the 7 hours that we played till the morning, besides stopping down for an insulin injection occasionally, we were buying beers for the fans. You know, when people talk about this, they say, what's a real, like, awesome after party like? That was the street. Remember the streets were filled?
Absolutely.
Like it was ridiculous. It was a great time, and that's what I try to bring, honest to God, at every show. I want to leave it out there on the stage. And it's for the fans, but also I'm a fan of music. I want to go out there and play and have a great time, and I hope they feel that vibe.
It's impossible not to. Like you said, as far as after parties, I've been to my share. That one, it can't be topped. It was just incredible watching just star after star walk in, get on stage, playing the same song 15 times because that's the ones that people know. The crowd didn't care. How many times can we play Leonard Skynyrd? It doesn't matter. We're going to play it again, and we're all going to sing along and cheer just like it was the first time.
It was the 35-hour version of Sweet Home and Every Rose mixed together. It was like it kind, and no one. It's what you just said. It. No one. We would stop and they're like, play it again. Like the crowd was just. It was awesome.
There was no reason to stop again.
And I think we did a little "Give Me 3 Steps" in there somewhere too, if I'm not mistaken.
You did, and at one point you leaned over to me asking me what some of the words were, and I came up short for you. So I apologize for that. I've been waiting about 15 years to tell you that.
And I think at that point I may have had, let's just say, a few adult beverages, right, and was having a good time. And I'm like, I know every lyric to any Skynyrd song. And I said, for some reason, I think that's when I may have stopped down just to make sure I wasn't having a low blood sugar at that point.
Oh, exactly. No, because the problem was I didn't help you, and you immediately picked the mic and you kept going, and I'm like, okay, yeah, he didn't need me at all. I didn't think he did. No, it was a great show, and again, just an example of what happens when you see Bret Michaels just like you can at Peck Fest next Friday night. musically, you bring in the Poison songs, you bring in the Bret Michaels songs. What are we looking forward to?
All of them, all the Poison hits. I mean, it just starts out. I'm just gonna start that night out with. I'm taking it right to the first hit, "Talk Dirty to Me." Big energy. Jump into some Poison stuff, then into Rock of Love stuff, then back into Poison. Then we got to throw a Skynyrd song in there.
It only seems right.
We remade, and then we're just gonna make it awesome, and they'll know every song, and then of course hit them with Unbroken, and just make it a really good night.
Awesome. Well, Bret, I want to thank you so much for your time. I'm going to put in a special request. I love Menace to Society and Bittersweet, and if you don't play them, I'll listen to them in the car on the way there and the way back anyway. I just want you to know, mad love for those songs here.
I love you for saying that, and you might just hear Bittersweet in the set. We've had a lot of requests for that back in the set, so it may just have to happen.
Well, we'd love to hear it. Again, Bret Michaels will be at Peck Fest. This is happening next Friday, July 5th. PeckFest.com is the place to get tickets. Bret, anything else you want to say?
I just want to thank you for really loving the music, and I want to thank all the fans for the great years, 3 generations of them now, and I want to thank you for helping me out with the lyrics at the stage.
I wish I could have been more of an assistant. I thank you for acknowledging. I tried.
Can't wait to see you, my friend.
All right,
and
great.
We'll pick out a great charity we'll find something great, we'll do it together, and we'll donate that check.
That's what we love. Thank you so much, Bret. We're looking forward to it.
Thank you. Thanks for all the great years.